They don't have to overcrowd our office. But it was in just a lighter note. Colleagues, we are about to start. I think our only guy here is Opa. He's our main man, always around. So yeah, thanks for coming. We can start the MEC.
No, thank you very much. Let me greet the HOD of the department, Dr. Hans Kekana, and all the officials flanked me today. Importantly, let me greet members of the media and the people of the Northwest at home. We activated the Provincial Road Safety Campaign in Zerast on the 13th of December 2024 as part of the government accelerated service delivery program called Tunsala Role. As had been emphasized a week earlier by Transport Minister Ms. Barbara Chris when launching the national program, the campaign was based on the following pillars: responsible driving, pedestrian safety, enforcement and education, and lastly, collaboration. We included the focus on pedestrian as previous year statistics had indicated a growing number of pedestrians who become victims of crashes, and often at the late hours of the day. Compared to the year before, for the 2023-2024 travels, we recorded 98 fatalities from 86 crashes. For this year, the 2024-2025 festive period, we have a slight increase of 100 fatalities from 98 crashes. Despite this slight increase, the province remains second best performing in terms of the least recorded fatalities. It is also worth mentioning that we did not record any major crash, meaning where 4 or more lives are lost in one single accident. The critical route remained the N4 from our boundary with Gauteng in breadth to Dinokana at the border with Botswana. We have lost 8 lives on this road, followed closely by N12, where 5 lives were lost on one crash that occurred between Potchefstroom and Bloemhof. The other critical road is R24 that links Rustenburg and Krugersdorp in Gauteng, which recorded 4 fatalities, followed by N14, which also recorded 4 fatalities. In terms of the district, Bujana has recorded in total 40 fatalities from 45 crashes. Nakamudurumulema has recorded 27 fatalities from 20 crashes. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda district has recorded 23 fatalities from 20 crashes. Lastly, Dr. Ruth Romutz Mompadi, it has recorded 10 fatalities from 10 crashes. Of the 100 fatalities, 38 were passengers, 39 were drivers, another 29 were pedestrian, 3 fell off the moving vehicle, and 1 was a cyclist. Time also played a critical role in the number of fatalities. Of the 100 fatalities, 61 of those happened between 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning. In between, meaning during the day from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening, we lost 39 lives. Our approach this time around was different. Instead of having traditional law enforcement operations, which are commonly known as roadblocks, we had patrols where our officers were monitoring moving violations. This, we believed, it reduced accidents and instead increased general compliance with the road traffic regulations. This, as drivers tend to obey the law in the presence of traffic officers and increase the speed once they have passed enforcement operations. We had also been operating for 24 hours, especially on the N4. The following challenges were encountered during the deployment and contributed to cancellation of some of our plans to ensure visibility on the road. Rain and flooding of some of the arterial roads, especially N14 outside the Larayville. Protests by community also impacted negatively on our plans, as often we had to divert officers to deal with them rather than focusing on national roads. In conclusion, I want to express my profound gratitude to all law enforcement officers for their hard work in reducing number of crashes. When we enjoyed our festive during the holidays, they were out there enjoying all forms of weather patterns by being visible on the roads. Thank you very much.
Thanks, MEC. Opas, if there's questions, you can pose you have more time.
Thank you, Charlie. I think MEC understand that according to your statement, you have experienced some increase in road crashes, especially in Northwest. Northwest is one of the 6 provinces that have experienced an increase. So my questions to you is that what makes road users to disobey the road traffic laws and ended up being involved in accidents? And then what are you going to do to ensure that there is a change in the road users' behavior? Because as you mentioned that some of them will pass through the traffic officers, and after that then they will just disregard the traffic laws by increasing the speed and so whatsoever. So we haven't seen any awareness campaigns, especially on the newspapers or in other way. Maybe let's say there is a campaign that is taking place, let's say in Friday. We haven't seen that. How are you going to ensure that there are some awareness campaigns, not only through radio? And then the other question is, we understand that there were 997 roadblocks conducted across the country. Out of this number, how many were conducted across Northwest? And then how many fines that were issued during festive season? According to the stats, countrywide, 700,000 fines, over 700,000 fines were issued. So we want to understand in Northwest how many were issued. And also how many vehicles were impounded in the province. According to the national stats, 16,527 vehicles were impounded. And then the last question is, do we have enough impoundment facilities in the province? I think I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thanks. So there's no round, you are done?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Okay. I think MEC has the answers to.
No, thank you very much. I think you asked questions on behalf of all the media houses that did not make it today, because you have asked more than 10 questions. If my memory serves me correct. Look, I'm flanked by my colleagues, Dr. Hans Kekan and Tate Morule. They will also answer some of the questions. Look, I think what perpetuates this unwelcomed behavior that often leads to unfortunate fatalities, it ranges from different reasons. Chief amongst them is the issue of the alcohol usage, which we are speaking against harshly. That is why we have also been very decisive in our arrest, because we have arrested more than 115 drivers who were found to be intoxicated with alcohol. But importantly, it is the thing that can be able to assist us to curb this crisis of a bad road user behavior is the visibility, because it is the same thing with crime. I'm always emphatic on the fact that before you can be able to commit any other thing, the concepts start to be conceptualized firstly on the brain. Now, once there is a visibility, that will be able to demoralize you, to can be able not to go ahead with that intended objective that you want to do, which is to commit something that is unlawful. That is why we have moved from our traditional roadblocks to make sure that the human resource that we have, we channel it towards being more visible, because once we are visible, the road users, they tend to change their behavior, and that has assisted us a lot. It speaks also to the number of traffic officials that we have a responsibility as the department to increase, so that our visibility is increased and it is at a maximum level. Then we will be everywhere, and that will be able to yield the results, because once we are everywhere, we are visible, the road users' behavior, it automatically changes. And I can tell you that the strategy that we have implemented to move from a concentrated roadblocks where we are static in one place to decentralize ourselves across the province, that has assisted us. We were innovative in our approach, and that is why we are the second performing province, albeit the increase that we have experienced. So all other issues with regards to the statistics, I would request Dr. Hans Kekana to assist me together with the Chief Director. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MEC and colleagues from the media. In terms of notices issued, during this festive season, we've issued 13,201 as the Northwest. That's our contribution to the tally you were referring to. And in terms of arrests effected, I can tell you drunken driving 115, speed 21, overloading of goods 1, non-registration 3, operating without permits 34. We've also executed 733 warrants, and other arrests 62. In terms of pedestrians, we've also issued fines to 328. But what we'll then do, MEC will give them these stats so that they can have them as part of the media package. Thank you very much.
Thanks. I think you are answered. Remiswa Mary, are you done? Thanks, MEC and HOD.